Hello everyone, and welcome to the Trending in My Life podcast, episode 114. This week, right time to start. Because it is. It's the right time to start whatever you've been putting off doing, whatever you want to do, and sort of set a goal. This time of year, summer isn't over, so people are feeling very positive and the sun's out and they enjoy their weekends. And soon as autumn hits, in the fall it'll be rainy and windy and a lot chillier, and people get more grumpy and they feel like, oh no, summer's over. There's this despondent bit of them, this negative bit of them that sort of kicks in. So before the summer is finished, why not use it as the right time to start? And it could be lots of things. The right time to start decorating. Yes, you've got a few more weeks left of summer. You could decorate that room that you've been putting off, that you said, oh, I need to go on vacation. And then you came back from vacation and you look at it and you think, it's really dull and it does need doing, and you can't motivate yourself to actually go to the DIY store. You're sitting in the back garden with a beer, you're manning the barbecue, but you're not actually getting on with things that need doing in the house. And then suddenly it'll be autumn and the paint won't dry so quickly, and you can't keep all the windows open while it smells of paint. Although I will say that those wonderful paints that don't have any odour, I'm a big fan of those. They're great. But yeah, that's just one of many types of things you might find that it's the right time to start. It might be that you could do with worrying less, and I'm recording this on a Sunday night, and there's plenty of people that will be worrying about Monday morning and what they have to do at work and letting it eat into their weekend, which is never a good thing. But yeah, maybe it's the right time to stop worrying about things you can't control. I mean, seriously, what's the point if you can't control the outcome? If it's something that you really can't control, the only thing you can control is your reaction to it. So stop worrying. If it happens, it happens, and you'll deal with it then. And the other thing is, if it is something you can control and you're worrying about it, then take that first step towards solving it or doing it, so that you're on the right track and you'll worry less, because at least you're progressing things. It's the right time to start being more positive and less negative. Like I said, whilst the summer is still here and people are in a positive frame of mind, then that's the time to start projects, to do things that you might put off until later in the year and think, oh, it's sunny, it's nice, I want to go out, I want to do things, so I'll just leave that for now. But if you get on with it and at least start a little bit, baby steps, then you'll feel a lot better about it. It's a good time of year to be starting a new exercise regime. It's still sunny outside. You can exercise in your front room with the windows open. You can start jogging and only need a t-shirt and shorts. Or you might want to start to lift weights and buy some weights that you can use at home. But there's never going to be a right time to start things like that. Every week is the right time. Every day is the right time to start things. It's a bit like eating healthier. I mean, how many times do you say to yourself, I'm going to eat healthier. It's good for my health. It's good for my weight. It's good for me. I'll get more vitamins and proteins and stuff in my body. And then, you do your weekly shop and you're almost like programmed, and like you robotically go to the same things that you've always had, which may not be so good for you, and it's breaking those habits. But how about saying to yourself, I'm going to add one vegetable this week, one new vegetable that I don't normally eat, put it with a couple of meals. There you go. And that starts it. And the next week you add another vegetable. And before you know it, you're actually, half of your shopping is vegetables and half of your shopping is proteins. And you're actually thinking about putting meals together with some balance and using more vegetables and eating healthier. I know that I had a week, couple of weeks ago now, where I switched up my lunch at work and I bought an avocado on my way to work and I ate my avocado at lunchtime. And what I found was, because it's a sort of, it's one of those with slow release energy, isn't it? I wasn't hungry in the afternoon, which was really good, so I wasn't snacking, but I also felt better for it. Now, last week, I didn't do that, and I had sort of very bitty lunches on just what I could grab, and because I was busy. And then by the end of the week, I'd gained a couple of pounds, and I thought, I didn't really feel good during the week as well. I was tired, and I thought, I think, adding those vegetables is a really good idea, whichever vegetable it happens to be. And I know people say avocado is a fruit, but you get what I mean. It's green. So yeah. There's one thing it's the right time to do now. The other one is the budgeting thing. It's probably easier to put yourself on a budget in the summer than it is in the autumn, fall, winter times, because in those times you may get home and you're miserable because, you got soaking wet on the way home, or you were cold this morning when you went out and stuff like that. So you might buy yourself a McDonald's breakfast on the way to work, or you might, and I'm not criticising McDonald's here, or you might buy yourself an Indian takeaway meal to be delivered at home for when you get home, stuff like that. You will spend more in those months where you're likely to be feeling a little bit down than you will in the summertime. And even if you're hungry, if you buy, one of these ready-made salad things when you on your way home, quite often that fills an entire plate when you stick it on a plate, and it's surprising how much energy and feeling better you have from doing that. I'm not saying you can't stick it with fish or meat or something, but they're less expensive than a takeaway, and lighter on your stomach and stuff like that. So yeah, the right time to do that as well. Setting a budget, like I said, is easier in the summertime than in the winter time, and you can adjust it. But then you can say, well, I'll use this much money for my lunches at work, this much money for my evening meals, shopping for my evening meals. And that's when you suddenly think, oh, I could actually sort of batch cook something and take it for lunch, or even sort of even cold lunches, make a few sandwiches and save a bit of money there. And if you do that and you budget, then your bank balance will look healthier, but also you can treat yourself to something, a nice meal out, or go to the cinema or stuff like that, because you've budgeted. And believe me, it's a really nice thing to do, to give yourself a treat if you've been changing your habits to save a bit of money. And it might be you want to save for something bigger, but like I said, if you try it this time of year, changing the little habits, the little adjustments to your life, it's much easier to do at this time of year than it is once we hit the winter time, And then people get like, oh God, Christmas is only so many weeks away and it's so expensive and I have so much to get and stuff like that. And what I'd suggest is, maybe buy one present a week or something and wrap it up if you have loads of them to get. Or I do Amazon haul videos, and it's amazing how cheap you can get stuff off Amazon haul, and quite interesting, unique stuff that's different for people to try and get. The other thing is, it's the right time to start being a nicer person, being kinder to people. It might not even cross your mind, but sometimes at work people can get crabby because they're stressed and they've got deadlines to meet, and be a bit sharp with colleagues that are only trying to help, and maybe think about just being a bit kinder to people around you. And the right time to appreciate now is now. It's something that people sometimes in jobs that are very demanding are doing those jobs to work towards a goal, either a higher career, or they want to buy something which is a high cost item, and they're just doing work, sleep, repeat. And don't forget, the right time to start appreciating now is now. You have to enjoy the little things in life whilst you're working towards the big things. So don't forget to take time for yourself, an hour's gaming, or to watch a movie, or just chill out and listen to some music. Just remember that you don't have to work all weekend, because some people do that, because they feel like they can't let go of the grip on this drive to be the best and to be number one in their job. But you have to have time to appreciate now as well. You deserve a good life at all times, not just when you reach your goals. So remember to appreciate the now and start to think about giving yourself time to just be you. So anyway, I hope you find this is the right time to start doing something now. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and come back next time. Bye for now.